Jack Roosevelt Robinson was born in Cairo, Georgia in 1919 to a family of sharecroppers. His mother, Maylie Robinson, single-handedly raised Jackie and her 4 other children. They were the only black family on their block, and the prejudice they encountered only strengthened their bond. From this humble beginning would grow the first baseball player to break Major League Baseball's color barrier that segregated the sport for more than 50 years. It wasn't front-page news the next day. The New York Times mentioned Robinson's debut in its sports pages, but it later came to be seen as a civil rights milestone, taking place a year before President Harry S. Truman ordered the integration of the military 7 years before the U.S. Supreme Court outlawed the school segregation, and more than a decade before the civil rights movement became the focus of the nation's attention. He was a freedom rider before freedom riders, Martin Luther King Jr. later said of Robinson, who endured a difficult struggle for acceptance among white players and fans. Although Major League Baseball had no written rules against black players, the color line had been observed since 1880s. Team owners had long feared their players would quit rather than play with blacks. But Branch Rickey, general manager of Brooklyn Dodgers, detested baseball's white-only policy. The war had created a shortage of baseball talent, and Rickey figured it was the right time to sign some promising black players. Robinson, a good ball player who had experience playing alongside with white athletes, was Rickey's first choice. In 1945, he was invited to Brooklyn to meet with Rickey. Robinson signed a contract with the Dodgers organization in 1946. He joined a Dodgers farm team, the Montreal Royals, where he led the International League in batting. But not all of the Dodgers were ready to accept Robinson. Some threatened to strike if he joined the team. By April 1947, Robinson was still playing for the Royals, and sports writers were wondering whether he would be promoted. Only on April 10th, days before the start of the 1947 season, Robinson got the call. He was now a Brooklyn Dodger. A few of the Dodgers, especially shortstop Pee Wee Reese, supported and befriended Robinson, but many gave him the cold shoulder at first. Robinson faced other hardships on the road. He was often barred from staying in the same hotel as the rest of the team or eating in the same restaurants. He roomed with a black sports writer who traveled with the team. Pitchers threw at his head, runners hit him with the spikes. He received hate mail, even death threats. Some of these problems subsided as Robinson gained acceptance of, and other black players joined the majors. 11 weeks after Robinson became a Dodger, the Cleveland Indians signed Larry Doby, the majors. Larry Doby, who became the second black major league player. Robinson went on to win the Rookie of the Year award in 1947. In 1949, as the Dodgers' second baseman, he led the National League in batting and stolen bases and was voted the league's most valuable player. He would lead the Dodgers to 6 pennants and a World Series before retiring from baseball in 1957. In 1962, he was elected to the Hall of Fame in his first year of eligibility. In 1997, baseball retired Robinson's number 42 at a ceremony at Shea Stadium in New York. Jeff Marin of ESPN.com wrote that the event brought back memories of seeing photos of Robinson and maybe some TV appearances after his playing days had ended. Robinson's last public appearance was at the 1972 World Series in Cincinnati. Diabetes had taken his toll on his death. He walked with a cane and nearly blind. He died that October of a heart attack. He was 53.
Jack Jackie Robinson hit that ball.